What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. In this video we are back to take a look at Amius on both the difficulties and how I was able to beat it. Both the difficulties, they have some similar characters that you can use, but other characters not as much, so you have to use slightly different strategies to defeat this guy. This guy is going to be a big deal if you defeat him. Not only because you can get a ton of rewards every month, but you can also get the mythical character Carnage. And you can also get all these additional rewards as well throughout your journey, plus his red stars and some additional rewards in the future after you unlock his red stars. So this is going to be extremely important for you to obtain as early as possible to help you on your journey in Raid. And while Amius is a boss that most people say is extremely difficult, and I consider that myself, I considered that as well early on my journey, but then I figured out that the more you try to complicate it, the worse it gets for you. So sometimes just doing nothing is better, and that's why we have been able to beat it for the past 2 rotations or so. So, in this video, I'm going to break down how my teams work and how you can defeat it, and hopefully you can replicate the results as well. So, as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure to share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Raid Shadow Legends content, and make sure to smash that like button like a boss. Okay, so we're gonna start off with what? With normal, I guess. And again, Amius is very important to beat, extremely important. I even forgot to mention, not only because of all the rewards we mentioned, but also because it's going to allow you to get the accessories for the Supersonic set and for the Merciless set. And not a lot of people use Supersonic, but it's a very strong set. And Merciless, it's extremely strong for your damage dealers, so you definitely want to get that. So yeah, the more often you do this, the better. There are a few other nodes on the hard difficulty that I also give you accessories for Supersonic and for Merciless, but we are probably going to address that in another video, actually, because I don't remember which nodes do that, so we'll see. Okay, so Amius in terms of strategies is very annoying. He has 2 phases, as you guys know. You have the Blood Moon and the Normal Moon. The only thing that you have to remember is that any negative effect you put on him is going to flip it. He's going to convert it in something else, but this is not the case for all negative effects. Some negative effects will not be flipped. For example, X, if I remember correctly, and Leech, they will not be converted. So yeah, there are some negative effects that you can apply to Amius without having a negative effect to your team. And something that you need to keep in mind is that any buffs that you have on your characters, they'll be flipped on a negative effect. So you have to keep that in mind as well. Finally, something that is very important for Amius is that the level of red stars on your characters is going to greatly increase your survivability. So the more red stars you have, the better it will be for you. Now you can see the team on the screen that I'm using is something that most people might have, maybe not. The only thing that you need to take into consideration is the Brimstone. It's nice to have 2 characters with Brimstone, and both of those characters need to have over 300 accuracy, just to make sure that they land the Brimstone, even on normal difficulty, yes. After that, you need to have Godseeker Aniri, hopefully with high red stars. It doesn't have to be 5, 3 is enough, but the higher the better, because once again she will take less damage. We're gonna gear it up with Immortal gear and with regeneration gear, usual stuff. I think mine is around 75,000 health or 72,000 health. The speed should be around 240, at least that, and the defense should be as high as you can. If you want to go more HP, less defense, that's fine, but you should at least have 4,000 defense, and making sure that you have masteries that reduce the damage on her. So you want to go for protection and the support set of masteries. Again, in terms of the other damage dealers, it's whatever. as long as they have strongest single target damage, and Brimstone. Vogoth is here because he's going to take damage in his face, and every time he takes damage, he's going to heal your team. And he applies Leech, and he can extend the Leech. And the Leech is going to be one of our ways to increase our survivability. So that's pretty much it. Nothing special. Hopefully you have your Vogoth at least at 4, maybe 3 is enough. But yeah, on this specific situation, I only had him with like extra HP on the set of gear. So if you want to go with Immortal and also with regeneration for him, that is also going to work. I just don't have it, so I'm just going to use a normal set to make his HP as high as possible. You can even go more HP and less defense, so heals up more. It's up to you. Maria, yeah, I'm using her, but you don't have to use her. Use any damage dealer that you have. So for example here, I had this guy, Royal Guard. You can use him as well. The last damage dealer is not going to be super relevant. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Let's take a look at some gameplay after I'm going to show you how we finish this. My characters probably have no gear. So yeah, just as an example, if you have Maria and you're going to use her, you have to count the turns, which it's annoying. And remember that she does not get extra turns against the bosses. So yeah, that really sucks. But anyway, I get it, but I don't agree. Okay, so we just do normal stuff. So for example, if you have Listen Tier, you just want to do his basic and his second ability. You don't want to apply any negative effects apart from X and apart from Leech and apart from Brimstone, because anything else will be converted into regens and stuff like that, and you don't want it. You really don't want it. With the Vogoth, we can do the basic, we can do this one, it doesn't really matter. And we're gonna heal up our characters. And yeah, some people recommend you to use heal block. You can use heal block, but if you use a setup like this, you are going to out damage the boss eventually anyway. So yeah, is this my third turn? I think it is. So here we go, big damage. No, it was not big damage. So that was the wrong turn. That's why we need to count the turns properly. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Something I can also mention is that using characters that escalate their damage is going to be very helpful. So we are talking about Tolin, we are talking about Listen Tier. The more times you use their abilities, the stronger they get. And that's really going to impact how fast you can beat this guy. Because it's really going to be impactful. Like when you get 50% more damage on the ability, plus the 50% more defense, of course you're going to do this much faster. Okay, like I said, we are doing this without gear, so don't take this as a full representation of what you are supposed to do. But yeah, that's pretty much it. As long as you're not applying any negative effects, you can see that the rotation ended and it didn't got any extra regens or any other crazy buffs. And the last thing that you need to have into consideration for Amius is that you don't want any character with cooldown reduction abilities, because if that's the case, then Amius is also going to regenerate his abilities much faster and cause a lot more problems for you. So that's pretty much it. Okay, so here we go. Here we have me finishing Amius with this setup. Let's speed up this so we can see the end. Big damage there from Maria. She still does solid damage with her A2. It's not super crazy. And you can see that he's still healing up. We are not using the heal block, which is a solid strategy, but it has its own risks. And if you have 2 Brimstones, if you have solid damage dealers, you can just out damage his healing and you'll be just fine. There is really nothing that you have to worry about. You can see that we are just spamming like basics, healing and whatever. That's pretty much it. Okay, you can see once again that the escalating abilities from like Listen Tier and so on are very helpful. Again, like I said, Tolin, other characters like that, it's going to be very important. Maria there doing some solid damage as well. Alice, you only want to do the basic. You don't want any of the other abilities to go on cooldown. And I think it was because I had the Merciless set. Yeah, I had Merciless attack on her. And if you have the Merciless set, as long as you don't use the abilities, you are fine, right? That should be the case. Vogoth, once again, you just want to use... You can use whichever abilities, but we are going to use him just for the passive. You can see there Brimstone triggering one time. Then here Maria is really going to pop her damage and finish off this guy. It might take you a few tries. If you kill him, don't worry about it. As long as you are healing your characters and as long as your full team is alive, you don't have to worry about anything. Even if it takes multiple tries, like you kill him, but you don't kill it on the right timing, that's fine. It's not going to take too much time. You can see it's 10 minutes, and it's a reasonable time for this type of bosses. Okay, Lysantir dies there, he revives. Then we have the Brimstone, and this is when we are going to end it. You can see there we got some good crits, we got some additional attacks. Maria is now going to do her big nuke. There we go, 300,000. And then with the Brimstone, and it's over. So yeah, as you guys can see, you can really cheese it with Leech plus Vogoth, some revives, and some escalating damage, plus double Brimstone. And with this, I got Merciless gear for dwarves. Merciless gear on defense type. So this is perfect for my Gnut, which we are going to use on the next difficulty. So there you go, defense plus the amulet for the dwarves, and there you go, full set for dwarves. Let's take a look at Amius on hard difficulty and see what's up. So the rotation is very different from the one that we have on normal. We have one character that we share, which is Godseeker Arniri. Very important character, definitely a character that you should gear up as much as you can. And in regards to the other characters, we have Tolin, once again, escalating damage character like Lysantir. We have a damage based on maxed health. On the normal difficulty, we have Royal Guard, here we have Gnut, and then we have two Donatellos, but one Donatello is enough. And hopefully you guys have a Donatello, that's fine. You can see here that we have Alice as well, to bring the Brimstone, so we could remove one of these Donatellos and bring the Alice for the extra damage. And once again, that's pretty much it. There is really nothing special about this. Tolin is going to reduce his damage. You should prioritize the A2. With Gnut, you should prioritize the A3. And once again, if you don't have Gnut, use any other character with high red stars that increase your survivability or that does damage, right? From what I have, we have here Seer, but she's not really recommended. If you have this girl with the long braids, maybe she's going to be able to do some solid damage. Here we have this girl, Morag, that she doesn't do negative effects, so she's perfect. She's going to increase your survivability and bring that the attack. And then we have this guy, we have Geomancer. I'm not sure if Geomancer is very good here, but we can check it out, right? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. I have no idea. I would assume that no, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Let's see what kind of damage he does, and if you can just go with it. Okay, so Tolin, you want to, once again, you want to use the A2 as often as possible. Once again, I'm using characters without any gear, so don't expect some insane damage or anything like that. Except Gnut, right? Gnut always smacks. And again, you want to make sure that you are not applying way too many negative effects or they are going to be flipped. So for example here, the weakness was converted into strength, which is something you don't want, but it's not that big of a deal. If you get to this phase, you can apply negative effects to him as long as you are sure that they are going to end before he transforms, right? So here you can check that he's going to transform in one turn. So that might be already too late for you to use the Geomancer ability once again. But yeah, we'll see. Again, we are using this without gear, so don't expect like crazy town stuff. But yeah, we are just analyzing if Geomancer is a good option or not. I'm just not sure. Okay, let's see. This one is maybe perfect, no? Yeah, it feels like Geomancer is not doing anything. So I would... oh no, he's definitely doing some damage. You just have to be careful to make sure that the HP burn ends before it changes forms, because otherwise it's gonna cause problems for you. And even this one might cause problems for you. Let's take a look. Heal up our boys and girls, okay. Keep doing the basic. And let's see now when it transforms if he's going to flip this in regens, or if this is a safe debuff. Okay, that's actually a safe debuff. That's great. That means you can apply the decreased accuracy without it flipping in something very dangerous for you. So there you go. Use Geomancer if you have him, and if you have good gear on him as well. I forgot to mention, but with Donatello, you only want to use his A3, and his basic ability is A1, because the other one will reset everyone's cooldowns, and that will also reset the cooldowns of the boss, and you don't want that. So once again, Donatello just use his A1 and his A3 for buffs and damage. So there you go, you have multiple options to do damage. You have Gnut, you have Tolin, you have Geomancer, you have Alice with a Brimstone, then you need Godseeker, and that's pretty much it. Taking a look at my replay, you can see that we are smacking really hard, and this is why you want characters like Tolin, like Lisantir, that escalate their damage. Now, Tolin, he applies weakness that is converted into strength, so you might want to bring that Alice that we are mentioning, not only for the Brimstone, but also to remove buffs on Amius, and making sure that it's not taking longer than is necessary to be, right? We did it in 8 minutes. It could be faster if we had a little bit better RNG. And once again, we get tons and tons of rewards, mythical quality, plus the summons that you can use for champion chase events, that you can acquire epics or void epics or even mythical characters. So it's definitely something that you want to make sure that you are doing as often as you can. And this rotation, if you are using this type of characters that I used, should be very easy for you to complete as well. You can see that we were able to obtain a few nice items, nothing like super insane, but yeah, a lot of supersonic for high elves, barbarians, different type of characters. Unfortunately, it didn't allow us to complete any set, but there you go. That was Amius on hard difficulty. So there you go, guys. This is how I beated Amius on normal difficulty and on hard difficulty on this rotation. Make sure to check out next month when we have a new rotation, and we'll try to cheese it once again, making sure that we are doing this as brain dead as possible, because like I said at the beginning of the video, sometimes we just try to do things properly, which means applying negative effects and so on. But again, it might not be necessary. As long as you have solid damage dealing, as long as you have Brimstone and survivability, you should be good enough to complete this. And like I said, it's extremely important for all the reasons: the sets, the 9-piece sets, the rewards, the extra mythical characters, and all those things in the middle. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button like a boss, and if you found the video helpful, make sure to share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Raid Shadow Legends content, and I'll catch you guys later.